pass my Billy's Solar Dividends plan. Using 30% of the state budget, I want to set up a solar and geothermal energy apparatus. And I want to use the national and international sales that we get from this energy to fill the pockets of every Arizonan. 30%, I would say, is about $13 billion. This is very similar to what my former employer, Jesse Ventura, did in his state. They pulls for rebates that he used with a surplus. We will create a bountiful surplus with the Billy's Solar Dividends plan. TownsForArizona.com for more information. Thank you.
Thank you.
If my campaign brings me to the finish line for the governor's race, I want to pass my Billy's Solar Dividends plan, which will put $500 a month into the pocket of every Arizonan using national and international solar and geothermal energy sales made by a state-sponsored program to harvest that said solar and geothermal energy, which we have limitless amounts of. I believe that Arizona could power the world. One of the downsides, though, in the eyes of corporate donors to something like my plan, is that it eventually makes electricity free, because the price of electricity is basic. The value is basically brought to net zero. And so all this fighting and posturing in the legislature about quote unquote net metering, that's all just to hide from the beautiful potentiality of free electricity. Imagine that, not having to pay, getting money at first from the limitless amounts of solar radiation we have in this state, and then having that make your electricity bills eventually disappear. Now, sure, the money is going to run dry. I want to see free electricity everywhere. Arizona can power the world.
I think a lot of people can buy into that. If we go back to the solar plan that you have, what do you say to the people that are against this? Obviously, and I talked to a lot of different politicians. It seems like there's two sides to the fence, and I want you to sell it to the other side, that people that just don't agree with solar panels and that's the way to go. What do you say to that group of people?
MIT did a study that was supposed to be against the solar, and it just proved what I'm saying, that eventually it's going to devalue the price of electricity altogether because it's limitless. That's how economics works, supply and demand.
Yeah.
And the Arizona governor has control of 30% of the purse strings already.
Yeah.
In his or her hands. And that's the number that I'm going with for the Billy's Solar Dividends plan. 30%, basically $13 billion of the state budget. And I believe this is a monumental investment for a even more monumental prize in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
Billy's Solar Dividends, that's a big thing that I'm running on. I want to get $500 a month into the pocket of every Arizonan using a solar and geothermal energy apparatus to fill the pockets of every Arizonan. And Arizona has the second most solar radiation geographically graphed on Earth. I believe that Arizona can power the world. And
wow.
And a lot of people will say that it's due to net metering, which is why the legislature hasn't taken advantage of the cash cow that is the Arizona sun. But it isn't. It's because solar energy is unlimited. And due to its unlimited nature, it would deplete the pockets of energy companies completely. MIT, they made this article just saying it's not feasible because it's going to get rid of all the profits. Good. It's about time that we get free electricity. It's just nonsense.